I'm Jeff Stormer, and I host Party of One, an actual play podcast focused on two-player role-playing experiences. Every week, I sit down with a friend.
J.R. Goldberg.
Alvaro, a.k.a. Wormtooth, formerly MC Blackwolf.
Danny Costello.
My name's Rich Howard.
I'm Sharung Biswas.
We play a two-player role-playing game. We share some laughs.
An absolute blast to play.
It was a delight to run my game with someone who got so into it.
It was so easy to do.
Seeing the creativity just blossom right in front of my eyes.
Maybe a few tears.
I've never had a game make me question my previously staunch moral compass.
Jeff makes the greatest serial killer.
And we have a really good time.
It's a great way to take a chance on a new role-playing game.
Truly exemplifies what is wonderful about a game with just two people driving the narrative together.
You can find new episodes every Tuesday at partyofonepodcast.com.
Hey people, this is Aram. This week I am joined by the cast of the Dungeon Rats, an amazing group of improv actors, musicians, editors, and designers from Chicago. If you haven't checked out the show yet, you need to know 3 things. It is brilliantly written and DM'd by Patrick O'Rourke. It features custom soundtracks by Carlos Luna, and I play a half-orc on a quest for redemption named Belagard. I guess this is where we're going to live now, little Darrell Jr., and he's looking for a place that you would take a baby, I guess?
Yeah, and I think of what he sees, the Embassy Suites looks like the best place to go.
That does seem logical. I will go to the Embassy Suites.
You walk in the front door, and it opens up into a...
But the door opens up on its own?
Yeah, automatically.
Mm-hmm.
And it opens into this small, classy, but not too fancy bar.
Bar?
Mm-hmm.
I can't take a baby here.
You do see... Well, fair. You do see standing in front of the bar is a podium with a person standing behind it.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
I need a place to change my baby.
Oh, you need to...
Wait, is Belagard still not have his cloak on? Is he still... Are you still naked? He's still
I'm
just
in my
wearing
underwear.
his
Oh, yeah.
underwear?
Yeah.
So he's just like a giant bat naked.
Oh my goodness. Let me get you a robe. And he goes into the back and pulls out a robe and wraps you in it. On the back it says Embassy Suites.
Nice. This is so soft and plush and so comforting.
Welcome. Well, you said you needed a changing room. We do have parental changing rooms here.
I am a parent, and I need to change this young baby.
Yeah, parents always say shit like that.
Yeah.
People...
I am a parent.
Monsters holding babies. Monsters fucking holding babies say, I am a parent. I will take that.
I will find a changing station for my child.
I'm definitely not eating this baby.
It's clearly apparent that he's a parent.
So be sure to listen and subscribe to the funniest D&D podcast you have ever heard. In this week's episode, we are joining an elite group of elves who have come together after an initial team of scouts sent north by the Ironwood elders to the spine of the sea in order to investigate unusual Yeti activity have gone missing. This is the first episode we have recorded with our new microphones, thanks to our loyal Patreon supporters, and I am very excited for you to hear what we'll sound like from here on out. We have maps, character sheets, and my full DM's notes for this episode loaded right now for our gold and silver Patreon supporters at patreon.com/Godsfall. Now let's join our guest players as we dive back into the Ironwood. My name is Aram. Welcome back to Godsfall. Godsfall is a custom Dungeons & Dragons game that is played and recorded in Washington, D.C. and written and produced in Chicago.
My name is Carlos Luna. I play Reuven Yesjor, the level 5 Wild Elf Fighter.
My name is Alex Colliard. I play Raul Valen, a level 5 Wild Elf Rogue.
I'm Serena Marie, and I play Saria Lenoran, a level 5 Wild Elf Fighter.
I'm Justine Kruger. I play Valatha Greffrin, a level 5 Wild Elf Ranger.
Hi, I'm Patrick O'Rourke, and I play Automil Leodon, a level 5 Wild Elf Ranger.
And Thalia Byrell, a level 5 High Elf Monk, was played by Mark Hunu.
Previously on Godsfall.
Automil is the guardian of Ironwood, who has formed a special kinship with Elder Hag.
Sounds like the DM from the Dragon Rats.
I'm gonna be more sing-songy. Kind of like this. He is also the arisen god of speed. Recently, while hunting down one of his own kind that had stolen a valuable tracking mud from the tribes, along with his protege, Rina, Automil found himself magically summoned to the Union in the center of the void. The tower was once used by the gods to test the worthiness of their demigod offspring, and had currently been testing a handful of other young arisen Automil had met earlier that year.
Though I have had access to my divinity for over a year, I have walked upon the steps of Orin's temple in that time. Those doors did not open for me. Though we all stand here arisen gods, whatever the five of you are is something very different.
Oh, that's from the episode. He fought alongside his friends, and when the task was complete, he was teleported back to River Road. Rina, however, was left behind in the tower.
You all know that his protege has vanished. No one knows why. So that's one of those things that everyone's kind of like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I might have killed her.
Yeah, you probably did.
I'm not saying that I did, though.
And you also all know that he is the arisen god of speed. That's out now, but it's also a little
He's the god of speed?
Yeah.
Who is he to us?
He is a fellow tribesman. He is the most experienced guardian out of all of you.
In this adventure, you will each be playing an elf on a small strike team that has been tasked to try and find out why there have been so many Yeti in the Ironwood lately. In the winter, the Guardians form regular squads to deal with the white-furred giants as they descend from their mountains and scour the woods in search of elf flesh. But to have this many incursions in the dead of summer is completely unheard of. Your team is led by Adamil, a wild elf ranger from the northern clans and the arisen godling of speed. He has led you along the southern side of the flow, a clear, slow-moving mass of frigid water, over a mile at its narrowest. The trees of the Ironwood are gargantuan, as wide across as 30 men with arms held open and stretching 400 feet above the heavily shadowed forest floor. Their thick, moss-encased roots spiral in all directions and plunge deep into the flow. Your team has traveled here to rest and discuss strategy before heading north to the spine of the sea. You are to meet with Elder Hagen before you set off.
So you are right here in Telendi, right on the edge of the Frostmire.
So we are on the road right now?
No, let's say you're in Telendi. Telendi is basically a large village on ground level, and then much higher in the trees, there's a network of walkways and religious sanctuaries that would be higher, much higher up in the trees, because the trees are considered, of course, very sacred. And the way
I have a bird.
You have a bloodhawk. Yes, you do. That's kind of important. Yes. Yes.
I was hoping that was just Justine, remembering in her room she had a bird.
Oh God! Oh God!
I'll be right back. Patrick,
Spend
how do I say your character's name?
Automil.
Automil.
Attaboy.
Automil.
Adamil.
If it's Automil.
Wait, are we all friends?
Yeah.
You all know of each other. There are elves are rare, and there's a lot less of you now after the destruction of most of the world. So you all generally know of each other before coming in. You're the most outsider because you're very recent into the group.
What? No, I am. I thought I was.
You are new into this group, but they're aware of you. Like, it would be like you were never part. Imagine if you were all at the same high school, but you weren't part of the team until recently, but they all knew of you.
I'm the most recently hired, but I'm like a star.
Yes,
exactly. I'm the only high elf. So
you
guys
completely
are all wild.
Yeah.
Elves.
Yeah.
Fucking dweeby.
Interesting.
Well, no, You're a dweeb.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your name?
I'm a monk.
Reuven. Reuven, yeah, it's like Reuben, but with a V.
With a V.
Yeah. How do you pronounce Justine's name, though?
Valatha.
Valatha?
Or Velatha, whichever you want to do. It doesn't really matter.
Valatha.
Yeah.
Valatha.
So who's more white, me or Justine?
Both are pretty white.
Yeah.
Serena, what's yours?
Saria.
Saria?
Yep.
And you're Thalia, right?
Thalia. Yeah.
Thalia.
And Alex, what are you? Raul?
Raul.
Thanks a lot.
Raul. I have phonetic spellings next to everybody.
That's what I'm doing. I had to write mine phonetically.
Yeah.
Thalia, Valatha, Saria, Reuven.
We've talked about it for like 20
speed
minutes.
god.
Fuck.
It's like
Adamil.
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 Hagant is so elves kind of like are eternal, and then when they get old, they're tiny prunes, right? And she is like Yoda. She is full Yoda. She kind of walks with that little shuffle. She is.
Wait, who is this?
This is one of the elders that you have come here to meet. Oh, okay. So you have come to Lundi to meet this elder. So imagine Hagant. Imagine one of these big A-frame wooden structures open at the top. There's a trough of smoldering coals as you walk in, so it's warm and it's heavily perfumed. There's obviously a lot of moisture in the air. This is kind of meant as a meditation and relaxation area. And she is sitting on a small rug on the floor and gestures for you all to sit with her. Welcome.
It's been too long.
It has been some time. You've been busy.
Very busy. But it can't stop. We must keep the forest protected.
We must keep it protected, which is why I'm glad you're all here. We have had some possible trouble to the north. We believe the Yetis have been disturbed, but we do not know why. We had a team up there who sent a signal, a flare-up, warning us of trouble, and they were never heard from again. We need you to go as quickly as possible, find out what is happening, deal with it, and then return here. You have full authority. We trust you implicably in this. All of you.
But I'm afraid I do not know the mountains as well as I know the woods.
You will have a guide. And she gestures towards you.
I have a lot of experience in these mountains. I can take us. My brother was in that group up north.
He was. And sadly, I have no more information to tell you other than what I have. For you guys to enter, you have two options here. You're here in Lundi, and you have to go across the flow to the base of the mountains. Up here is the only way to really start this climb. And then you got two options. This way, back and forth for 3 days, or straight up the sheer cliff face. So it's either 1 day of real climbing with ropes and gear, or a 3-day long walk back and forth along an ancient path. That's the choice you all have to make now. Well, not now, but you should probably plan. Yeah.
Let's go to the base of the mountains and spend 1 day ascending up.
Oh, that seems so aggressive.
I agree with it. I think, I don't know, we're all strong here, right?
We don't have time to waste.
I'm not worried about it. I think I can climb it.
If you want to get the job done, just send me. I'll get it done. And you can just send someone to pick up the body. We don't need 6 people to do this. This is ridiculous.
I don't trust anybody else going up there without me. That's my blood. I'm going.
No, we all must go, for it's very dangerous. It's getting more dangerous every day. And without all of us together, surely someone would die.
It is one thing for 2 elves to go missing. It is much other thing for an entire species to be uprooted and sent further south. There is something large happening, and we believe we will need all of you. Just kind of like squares off his shoulders.
He doesn't have to say anything else.
Pouting.
He absolutely does not want to concede, but realize he might not have a choice.
All right, then Hagant starts pouring you all tea. She does a traditional elven blessing, which uses water from the roots of these great ironwood trees, and then also hands you out salve. So these are carefully prepared medical salves where if you are injured, work as a cure light wound spell, but you can't apply them in battle. You need a full minute to actually attach these and rest and everything else. You all have 1 cure wound salve. Just go ahead and write it down that way.
She hands one to me?
Absolutely.
I don't need this. If I need to use this, then I've done my job incorrectly.
Your hubris will get you killed.
Okay, well then so be it.
Well, I have prepared it, so perhaps
I'll
You'll
take
hold
it.
on to it for him.
I'll take it, yeah.
Thank
I can
you, my
tell
dear.
you might need to.
Mm-hmm.
The climb alone is going to be quite difficult.
Oh, and she also gives you gear, so you all have climbing gear as well.
That alone will tire you out, Raoul.
If Raoul
It's
wants...
Raoul.
Damn it.
You know who I am.
Oh, God.
You're new-ish. We went to the same high school. We didn't play football together.
They're actually high because they're wild elves, so all the skills are really high.
High school. Sorry.
There are cots set up in this main room. She suggests you leave tomorrow morning, but you are a team. You can do whatever you wish.
I'm going to rest for 30 minutes and get a meditation going.
I want to leave tonight. I say we go up sooner. If this is something that is really disrupting the wild, then we need to be able to be there to protect it and bring home our own.
But if we are too risky, we may just die on our way. I feel like a real stick in the mud. And trust me, I'm not scared of anything. I'm just trying to be as realistic to the threat as possible.
I tend to agree with Falatha.
Well,
I think it's only once.
Look, I've just met you all.
Yeah, if you
I
say
just
my
met
name
you.
3 times, I might turn into a bird.
You didn't turn into a bird. I said it 3 times.
Because you said it wrong twice.
Falatha. Listen, I agree with you, okay? I will not be seen. That is my job.
And everyone's been looking at like a dark figure in the corner, and I step out from behind them.
You see, none of you have actually seen me yet.
And then everyone like turns around. They're like, "Oh fuck!"
I've known you've been there the whole time.
Okay, cool. Way to ruin it.
I'm just saying.
We all have to be on the same page as this. As much as I'm pleased that you agree with me, I'm not going up that mountain with somebody who's so idiotic and overconfident with nothing to prove.
You're the
for
one
it.
who wants to leave tonight.
I do want to
Talking
leave
about
tonight.
overconfidence.
We need to get up there.
If we're gonna...
We can get up there. I trust myself. I'm confident in myself. I'm not overly confident with nothing to show for it.
If we're going to climb in one day, I suggest that we rest tonight and then climb in that one day.
Plus, there's tons of tea to finish.
And there is. And she's pouring tea. A little concerned that you guys are arguing already, but she's pouring tea.
But you are our guide, and if you want to leave tonight, then I will follow you and protect you.
Falatha, there is no trip without you.
I trust you to be our guide. I will follow when you tell us to leave.
Don't go too fast.
Don't go too slow.
Are you guys flirting without me? I suggest we rest tonight. I need at least 30 minutes.
Mark it on your elf clock.
Okay, look.
Fine.
I usually work alone, and I know that I rub people the wrong way. But what I am good at is scouting and being hidden. So, it may not be a bad idea to develop a system of signals. I will go forth with Falatha as she can guide me through the mountain pass, and you guys follow shortly behind. And I can tell you if there's danger ahead or whatever I can see.
I'm the arisen god of speed. I feel like I should be in the front.
Oh,
We're really not using my skills to their max if I'm following behind people slower than me.
Running fast is not being hidden. You can run fast right into an arrow right into your head, and then it will go through your head
I'll
faster.
run that arrow.
You can actually run that fast.
If you're running towards it, I mean, like, it's kind of hard to do like a stop and pivot. Maybe you could.
I guess
juke
I'm
out
not a
an
monk.
arrow.
I get it.
Listen, as much as I would love to listen to 2 men banter it out over whose skills are more qualified for this trip, everyone will be following me. I know these woods better than any of you. We will go before sun breaks tomorrow morning.
That gives you all 4 hours before, right before dawn.
Zarya goes and just sits next to Reuven, just sits next to him, cross-legged. And
You all know, by the way, even you have picked up on this. Everyone knows.
Yeah.
You guys are trying to play up. Everyone knows. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just go and sit next to him, not like, hey, but just like sitting.
Reuven's been sitting on the cot while watching everyone discuss what's the best plan of action the entire time and kind of keeping to himself. They're sitting quietly, and he leans in just so the rest of the group can't hear while they're arguing over whether or not they leave early or late. These fools are going to rush in and get us all killed.
That's my fear, yes. But we'll protect them, won't we?
I'm sworn to protect them, but who will protect me?
I'll protect you.
And then he doesn't turn his head, but he looks with his eyes. He just moves his eyes and like look over, and there's a small smirk on his face.
Aww. So it is an hour before dawn now. You're being either woken from... Well, the elves don't sleep, so you're either gathering
We don't
or...
sleep?
No, elves only meditate for 4 hours a day, but they never sleep.
Oh.
The first thing to do would be to get across the flow, and they have prepared a raft for you. So there'll be a raft waiting by the banks. The mountain is magical. There was a demigod of the mountains who died along with the rest of the gods, and he died in these mountains, and these mountains perpetually are covered in snow. So they're also always melting at all times, whether, towards the winter, it freezes up a bit, but throughout all the warm months, they melt continuously. So this large, icy body of water exists and moves at all times in a very slow current, continually south.
How wide is the river?
Several miles.
Oh, fuck. Okay. All right. So I can't just hop on a tree and jump over the river?
No way. Even with these trees. And these trees are gigantic.
Yeah.
Are they redwoods?
Well, they're larger, actually. They're larger than redwoods. They're about 4, but they are deciduous trees here, and then they are evergreens further up north. All of them are much larger than normal trees and also as strong as steel.
So are we walking towards the rafts?
Yeah, let's say that you've been traveling. You all have left Tulundi. It is a warm summer day. There's bugs and birds and variety of creatures all around you, and you have been quietly following the river along the banks and have gotten to the point where you'd want to cross. And the raft has been kind of tucked away in the side. Like these giant trees, their huge roots reach into the water, so you could very easily have a whole houseboat underneath one of these. So the raft is just tucked away.
I'll steer. Who wants to guide?
There's actually 4 poles.
Oh, okay.
So there'd be one person on each corner because you guys have to work against the current.
Reuven puts his hand in the water. I'm going to roll a perception to see if he can tell if it's heavy rapids or he can tell us anything about the flow.
Sure.
19 plus 4.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is flowing stronger than average. It is freezing. It's normally cold, but it's colder than average, too, which both things would suggest more runoff.
Gotcha. But it's aggressive.
Yes, it is aggressive. It'll take some effort to get you all across this river.
So let's talk about, this is out of character, but how you drive a raft.
Sure.
When I did in Colorado, there was somebody in the front being like, rocks!
Right.
And then there was someone in the back who helped guide it because you're riding.
Well, you were going down current.
So if you're going up current, then the person in the front would be yelling to the two on the sides.
Basically.
Left, right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But using actual water terms.
You could say left and right.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So it'd just be the strongest ones in the party would do that.
Yeah, so
Right,
whoever,
okay.
and you could also be exhausted as you're going across. I have a little chart for all of this. So
Oh, gosh.
who would like to control the rat? No, there's 4 points and 4 poles. So
I'll grab a pole.
All right.
I'll grab a pole,
I'll
and
grab a
while I'm
pole.
grabbing poles, I want to make sure everybody gets on the raft safely.
No, excellent.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's who I
I'll
am.
take a poll too.
Okay. Who's got the 4th pole?
I got it.
Yeah, you got pulled out.
I got pulled out.
But they might get tired.
It's okay. Pull out.
Are you guys
Yeah,
flirting
yeah.
again?
He's the one character that's
my
supposed to be
favorite.
flirting, but he doesn't flirt.
That's just really wants to flirt.
But he wants to flirt so bad.
Trying so hard.
It's going to take about an hour to get across the flow, and so that means I need you all to roll a die 20. Everyone who has a pole, roll a die 20 and add your dexterity.
26.
13.
22.
15.
Excellent. So you all, I guess not really paddling, but you are poling well. And now I need a constitution roll to see how well you're keeping up. So roll a die 20 plus your con.
I got a nat 20.
Nice. You're fine. I've been breaking a sweat.
13.
You're good. You're good. You're huffing it, but you're good,
He said 3.
Yeah, so
3.
I got a 3.
You are winded. Autumnill's been up late nights. He's been worried. You have heard nothing from Rina. You have no idea what happened to her, and you are just... You need to put the pole down and have someone take over because the back is starting to swing out.
Reuven,
Guys, I'm physically and emotionally exhausted.
Autumnil, get over it. Give your pole up.
Aren't you a god?
Of speed. As soon as I get on my feet, I'll prove it to you.
Okay.
Reuven has been sitting in the back of the raft, kind of looking behind us, because he keeps getting this anxious feeling that there's something following him. He could hear Autumnil getting winded the entire time, and his eyebrow just goes up I thought this guy was a god.
Don't judge me. Just help me.
I would gladly take over for a god. I thought you'd be maybe impressed by skill because this is a skill mission thing. Please let me just do the raft.
Reuven puts the oar in the raft hard, so it like moves the raft just a little bit. So he like sits down. He's like forced to like hit a wave and like sit down real quick.
Wait, can I do an athletics or something to
absolutely.
see if I see that?
Acrobatics would be great.
13.
You stumble a little bit,
Yep.
but you stay on your feet.
I wish smug looks would translate to podcasts.
Reuven doesn't like look over. He's just looking forward, like he didn't even do it on purpose. He keeps rowing.
All right, I need a dex roll from everyone rowing.
God, I hope you fail this.
19.
Good.
17.
Good.
11.
Good.
12.
All right, so you all are going well. So please go ahead.
Can I do a perception? I'm just like
Yes,
doing
you
nothing, so
can.
I'm bored. I'm
So
gonna
you're
look
kind of
around.
like facing exactly.
I'm
Yes,
kinda
please
pissed.
roll me a perception roll.
His arms are crossed.
10.
10. Okay, so you're looking, but you're not really looking.
Yeah.
You're doing that thing where you're mad and thinking, and your eyes are facing this way, but
I'm
not
mostly
really looking.
watching him to see if he's failing, but
Yeah.
he's doing a great job. And
You're very, very frustrating.
Mostly
Yeah.
watching Reuven.
And so you guys are about halfway across, and even though you're not really looking, you still spot something. There's something large coming downriver towards you, and if the team keeps going, you'll intercept it.
So like a T-bone situation. We're
Exactly.
going across, they're coming down. Okay.
Exactly.
I think it's pretty big, but if I take it out alone, they'll be really impressed with me, and maybe I'll win over some of them. Oh, God, should I warn them? Because if I can't take it, then I look like a real dick. Then they all hate me still.
Reuven looks over and sees him having an internal monologue. He's just like, "There's something straight ahead."
This makes Automil look up and look out into the water.
You could all see it at this point. There's a large mound, probably maybe like 10 feet wide.
I pull out my bow and I draw an arrow back. A sleep arrow. Because if it's a beast, I don't want to kill it, but I don't want it to hurt us.
Roll to hit. And that's a 1.
This is scientific proof that when you're the DM, you roll hot, and when you're a player, you roll cold.
I need a dexterity save.
It's a good thing my dex rocks. 12.
12. Yeah, that's not good enough, especially with a 1. So you pull a bow and you just kind of stride to the forth because you're very, very sure of your abilities. And you get right on the edge of the raft and you're about to fire. But these two have been kind of glaring at each other and kind of facing off. And you just don't quite pay attention in that one moment. And you guys hit something underwater which spins the raft around. You all recover. You tumble into the water.
Oh, no! Oh, it's cold!
What the hell are you doing?
I wanna place my javelin in to like so he can like climb up and grab it.
Excellent. I first needed a Constitution save the second you hit the water.
Okay, 14.
No, you were so lucky. Okay. And roll a strength check. Yep.
So 11.
Yeah, that's all right. As long as you can roll less than 10. So you're able to pull him back on, and you get on, and you don't. Yeah, you're cold, but you don't have exhaustion. So
I guess being a god has a learning curve, huh?
I don't belong in the water. I need to be on land where my speed can shine. You'll see.
So can we,
Hearing a lot about it, buddy.
if we're in the raft,
Yeah.
and this thing, so if we're going this way and this thing's coming this way.
much closer now.
Can we put our poles in half the raft to hold while it passes?
Yes, you absolutely could do that. You could hit because it's not very deep, so you could hit bottom and hold yourselves where you are.
Let's do that.
All right.
I think that's a good idea.
Everyone, roll a strength check. Who has a pole?
Natural 20.
7.
14.
18.
Yeah, you are a little wobbly, and you're having trouble holding it, but everyone else rolled so well, you guys stay where you are. A large mound kind of comes out of the gloom, and you recognize that it is a bear, a large bear, kind of swollen and clearly dead. As it passes, it kind of like hits a rock and rolls over, and you see that from just chin to its legs, it has been torn completely open and gutted, and there is ice packed into the wound all the way around the edges.
I want to examine the claw marks or
Sure.
the marks to see if I recognize a beast or what it could be from.
Absolutely.
Investigation?
Nature.
Nature.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You're you have like some, your eyes are cold. And
I rolled a 2.
Yeah.
Your eyes are cold, man.
So
he's giving you anything. any excuse. It's not like you're a fuck up. Like your eyes are cold. His eyes are cold.
I don't belong in the ocean. Or
does anyone who's competent would like to take a look at the wound?
Sure, 21.
Nice. Okay. You, and because you're very focused on this, you know that Yetis have cold attacks. So this very well could have been a Yeti.
It was a Yeti. We have to keep going. We have to hurry. We have to go faster.
If there's a Yeti attack nearby, though, that means they've already descended on us.
Wait, but it's floating down the river, so it could have been anywhere up the river.
It's true.
It could
I
have been
hate to say
a
this,
few
but
feet up.
Raoul is right. We have to keep going. We have to keep going
You could
up.
just say Raoul is right next time.
During this exchange, Saria picks up her pole and just one big swoop just to keep going.
No, everyone's going again. Okay.
Yeah.
I need one more roll from everyone with a pole.
Autumnal is just staring at his feet, wondering...
His cold feet.
What has happened to me today? I used to be so good at this.
Is it my strength or is it my acrobats?
This would be your dexterity.
Dexterity.
And 9.
12.
Okay.
7.
Ooh.
12.
Okay. All right. I need dexterity saves from everybody.
We're just
everyone on the raft.
Dexterity saves?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I rolled a 1.
Oh, no.
21.
I rolled a 21.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
13.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be you.
I
You're
was
on the
staring
raft.
at my feet.
Oh,
Natural
nat
20. Okay, natural 20. And since you are super fast, you are fast enough to catch him. So roll a dexterity save to catch him from tumbling into the water. Very nice.
Yeah, so that's 22.
Your arm shoots out literally just as you're about to pitch in, and he grabs you and pulls you back on.
You don't want to go in there. It's cold.
I can tell by your eyes.
All right, excellent. So you make it to the other side of the river.
Yeah.
It is dawn is just breaking over the mountains, and it's getting colder already, but it's still, a relatively warmish summer day. It's about 60, 65. You've dried off nicely, and you're on the other side of the banks.
On this side of the spine of the sea, the mountain bows gently to meet the wide mouth of the flow. The continuous runoff from the magically snow-packed peaks forms a million tiny rivulets that have scoured as many thin trenches out of the bare rock. This constant friction reverberates throughout the valley, filling it with an unearthly but calming hum both day and night.
And it's very relaxing as you're walking up this sloping rock.
Right. A hum, kind of like a like that.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. Yeah, there it is.
Think about it like all layered on top of each other, perfectly harmonized.
Yes, perfect. Okay, got it. Yes,
Yep.
beautiful.
Yeah.
What is the foliage situation like? Is there
Pretty
trees?
bare here. It's all
bare?
pretty
Okay.
much bare rock. As you go up further, trees begin to appear as well as more snow, but that'll start about maybe half a mile up.
Sure.
I want to examine the area just to see if there's any Yeti marks or something that would indicate some sort of beast living in this area.
Investigation.
18.
So you're looking around for a while, and after like about 3 or 4 minutes, there's like this overhanging rock, and it's kind of got a sharp edge, and you pull a big tuft of white fur out of it, and it's got fresh blood on it.
I show it to Valatha.
I take it and I put it in a pouch and I say, we're heading into the thick of it. Be prepared.
All right, so you guys head further north then? All right, so you've been heading up for about half an hour. It's starting to grow colder and much quieter. And then you enter a clearing, wide, snow-packed, with several boulders, about a dozen of them that are just completely rounded off with snow. The snow here is perpetual and magical, so when your foot sinks in the half a foot in, as it comes back up, the snow reforms. There's no trace of the tracks you've left. There's no trace of tracks. It looks like perfect, like it had just fallen an hour ago, forever, and that's
it never gets higher than that.
Never gets higher because it always melts off. So it's always like this, and it's about a foot tall, and you're passing through that right now. And there's about, I'd say, 12 boulders kind of spaced out all around you, and it's about maybe another hour through this area.
Okay. Can I do perception just on this area real quick?
Totally.
Just a quick look around. 20.
All right, excellent. So you're all walking, and you are in front, focused, kind of just a little off to the left, and you're just looking at the area, looking at the boulders, and something about the base of one of the boulders doesn't seem quite right. And then you see a toe shift, and you recognize what these are. Yetis will sometimes take camouflage. You're pretty damn sure that's a Yeti, and you just saw it move.
Is there anyone next to me?
You're all kind of close to each other, so yeah.
Okay. I just do like hand movements, make no noise at all. I'm just like, stop.
You all see that clearly.
Yes. Yep. And I guess I point to the Yetis. I don't want to make any noise.
You're pointing to the one you definitely saw one.
Yes, I definitely saw one.
25 feet right to the west.
Okay, so I saw you point.
Yes.
And I'm going to slow my pace and motion for everybody to stop and walk towards it because I have Mask of the Wild and no one can really see me in snowfall.
I have that as well.
You all do as wild elves.
Okay.
It's a natural.
Okay.
Yeah. So you could all like kind of vanish if you wanted to.
I'm going to pull an arrow, sleep arrow.
Oh, and you're going to fire. All right. Roll to hit.
As she does this, I pull an arrow as well.
I imagined you were all pulling arrows. Yeah.
Well, I saw that one go flying.
Yeah.
So 13 plus my attack bonus, 10. So
All
23.
Right. Yeah. So you all see an arrow, bing, just kind of vanish into the snow, and a second later, a roar as it explodes upwards, and snow just flies off it, and 2 others. I need initiative.
Oof.
Think of it this way. You're in a wide open area. There is a Yeti, so kind of a horseshoe, and you guys are forming a smaller horseshoe facing out towards them. You've had warning, so you all have advantage, so this round, only you all are going to attack.
Is one of the Yetis asleep? Because it...
Oh, no.
Wait, okay, so all 3 of them jumped
So
up.
I didn't hit it with my arrow?
Oh, you hit it. It leapt up, but it made its constitution save, so it did not fall asleep. But you definitely struck it. You always roll initiative with advantage because you're automated.
Okay,
Just
cool.
so you know.
But yeah, I get to go first.
Right, so it doesn't matter.
So I am going to drop that Yeti that has already been shot.
Excellent.
So I'm going to blast 3 arrows into it. Do I have to commit all 3 arrows now, or can I, if I kill it with 2 arrows, can I use a 3rd arrow on
yeah,
one?
absolutely
Okay, cool.
you can. Yeah.
So I'm going to shoot my first arrow at the Yeti.
Excellent. The one that's been wounded.
Yeah. Oh, and my short bow extends into a long bow at this moment as well.
Excellent.
14.
14 will hit.
12 damage.
Nice. So as that Yeti's turning, you just strike it right like in the back as it's turning around. That's how fast you are.
Ooh, that hits. That's like...
Yeah, that'll hit.
30.
Yeah.
8 damage.
That one strikes it in the leg, and it kind of stumbles, and now it's facing you.
I aim this one right for its face.
All right. Oh, no.
Well, 13 with all my bonuses.
That is going to hit, though. Yes, that'll hit. Yes,
Great.
thank God you're so well trained.
Yeah, but like I can tell it was a shitty shot, right?
Yeah. His like front foot
Side-eye.
slides in the snow and it drops a little low. He
Yep.
was definitely aiming for the face, and it's going to hit him in the chest.
Yeah. For 10 damage.
Oh, that's enough. So you strike him in the chest, and that Yeti kind of and then falls forward. And the 2 just look and then rage.
I meant to do that. I didn't slip.
Okay.
Who's next?
I put my hood up.
Nice.
To give myself advantage with advantage on just dexterity.
No, putting up your hood would since it's really
it says pulling the hood up or down requires an action.
Yes, if you were actually hiding, but since it's just for flavor, you know what I mean?
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Great. I'm like just looking directly at Adamil, and I just like pull my hood up. I was like, I'll show you how it's done, buddy. I take my bowl and
I
it turns...
dropped that guy.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm gonna drop mine better. And then I take my short bow and it turns into a long bow.
Yep.
I draw an arrow, and I don't really have anything I can use that's like super special. It looks like sneak attack. I mean, do I have to be hiding?
If you were hidden,
yeah, I need to be hiding. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just aim for the second one. Is like, and I look at Adamil. Is like, you're aiming for the head, right? And I aim right for the head of the one that's closest to us, I guess.
Perfect.
No, the one that's farthest from us.
All right, fair enough.
Yep.
Still within your close range.
Right, for
so
sure.
Yeah.
But just to be cocky about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck. 10.
No, unfortunately, you're like, hey, I'm
Wait,
gonna
with
hit
everything
this
it
one.
was 10?
Yeah.
With everything, it was
Yeah.
10.
So unfortunately, you go to fire, and they had risen up because they were yelling,
Yeah.
and then they dropped at the last second. The arrow just kind of flies like 2 feet.
Yeah,
right over
well,
his
can
head.
I just say, I didn't look at the Yeti at all. I was just staring. I was just staring at Adamil the whole time and being like, I got this. I shoot it.
Yep.
Your arrogance will be our death.
Fuck.
Unfortunately, you missed that one. So, who's next?
Does he get... No, he's a rogue.
Correct, he's a
Oh.
rogue. Yep.
Never mind.
Otherwise, he'd have a bonus shot. Yep.
Oh, backseat DMing.
Who's next? Speaking of backseat DMing, you have one task. Who's next?
Oh my god! I was living in my regret of telling you how to run your game. Carlos, you're up.
So Reuven sees this. He gets his javelin out, ready to throw it. He sees
So,
where.
so you shrink your spear down into a javelin, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is that what it does?
Yeah.
Okay. Like walking up to the rest of the party, and he sees Automil shoot his arrows. He notices him look over at Raul the entire time, and then he looks over at Raul, who's obviously like boistering and like trying to like show off at the same time. And as he's like quickly approaching, his spear turns into a javelin, and he just mumbles under his breath, "Children," and he throws it right at the closest Yeti.
Excellent. Roll to hit.
Natural 20.
That's gonna hit. All right. I would like you to roll your damage and double it.
But I don't add the 4 until later?
I like to do 1d6 plus 4 and double the whole thing.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Generous.
Yeah.
5, and then 4 is 9, and then 18.
18 points damage. So you hurl your spear, and it strikes it dead in the chest. Just thump. And there's this long, glowing silver cord that has appeared as he threw it and is connected to his wrist. Because whenever a guardian throws their spear, they can yank it back on the following round. It is hurt, but not down. Well done.
He takes a step.
You also have another turn.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you get two attacks per round. You could yank the thing back as a bonus round. You can't throw it again this round, but you can yank it back.
That'd probably be the only thing I can do at this point. Yeah. Reuven yanks it back.
Roll strength.
13.
Yep, you tear it right out.
As it coming back to his hand, he puts his head down a little bit, and he can feel Automil and Ryu like looking at him over his shoulder, and he smirks a little bit.
Hey, I'm on your side, buddy. I dropped that guy.
Who's next?
Serena.
Saria looks at the last Yeti, and
There's still 2.
there's two.
Yeah.
I thought one. So is yours still alive?
One's dead. His is still alive, but wounded. One's unwounded.
Okay.
How much damage did Automil do?
Over 40 points of damage.
Holy shit!
Yeah, Yetis are big, man.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why
I thought
you
I was kicking
shouldn't
ass
show
with that
up.
18.
Oh man, all right, this is maybe not a great idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I look at the Yeti that is damaged,
Yes.
so that one, and I extend my lance, so it's a full lance, and I charge it.
Yeah, that's going to be at disadvantage, but you can do that.
Okay.
So you have to roll twice and take the lower one.
And I have an extra attack if it doesn't
Correct.
work? Okay. Oh, dang, 9 and 18, so I take 9.
9 plus?
Oh, shit. 9 plus strength?
Well, no, it'll be next to your weapon. So 9 plus the attack bonus.
The attack bonus.
Oh, 9 plus 7.
That's going to do it.
All right.
So she just gigantic full-size lance that you normally use buckled down on a horse, and she just charges towards the thing and impales it. So
Yes.
roll full. So it's 1 die 12 plus your strength.
Yes. 8.
Yeah, you jam that thing like deep in, like it's a little hard, it's a little unwieldy, but you
Yeah.
jam it deep into its left leg, and it's just staring down at you. As a free action, you can shrink it and attack again.
14 plus 7.
That's gonna hit.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11.
Okay, so you stab it in the leg, it kind of falls down, you pull it out and jab your spear straight up through its head, yank it out, and it just falls dead at your feet.
Hell yeah. I just jump away from it. Done.
All right, Justine.
That's not my name.
I spelled it wrong in here, so I'm going to say it like
Valatha.
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 Like a velociraptor.
Velociraptor, yes, that's exactly what it is.
Velociraptor.
Yeah.
I don't know these raptors you speak of.
That's not my name.
But you know Yetis.
That's not my name.
And you want some Yeti.
I do know Yetis.
Oh, yeah.
Do I know my sister's name?
Yes, you do know your sister's name.
You would.
Well, more like, do you know my sister's name?
Do know your sister? Oh, yes. Oh, the sister who died?
Yeah.
Yeva. It was Yeva who died, yep.
Oh, that's right. It's right there on my sheet. Just testing you. So I pull back my bow, which is a long bow now, and under my breath I say, for Yeva. 19.
That's going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Ooh, that would be an 8.
Nice.
So that's your full damage. So 8 plus
5.
Nice. And he just kind of stumbles, but he's still up. And the eyes are locked on you. You can roll again to hit. You get 2.
I'll do another one. 22.
That's also going to hit.
Nice.
Arrows of Vengeance.
9.
Nice. Okay, he is looking bad. So you hit him kind of in the throat and then in the shoulder. The grouping is excellent. And he is bleeding heavily, and his eyes kind of shift. He looks panicked now. Roll a perception since you know the most about them.
25.
These Yetis seem thin. They clearly, I mean, you guys are pretty powerful. They attacked anyway. They're clearly starving. Who's next?
The Yetis.
Yeah, he's going to run. Yep, so he just turns tail and begins sprinting up the mountain the other way, leaving a trail of blood behind him. And as he bleeds, it kind of like just forms little ice crystals of blue as he runs away.
Do we have a chance to shoot him down?
Easily. Totally.
And you would have
in fact, you can all just, in fact, in order now, you could just take actions because he's just running away. You get 1 shot each before he's out of your range.
Thalia, you want to go?
I mean, I only got my fists.
You could close the distance though, because you run unbelievably fast, so you could close the distance before he got away.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do that and use my stunning strike. Try and stun him if I don't.
So are we out of initiative? Where he ran
At this
away?
point, yeah. So basically, he started to run, and then you just saw Thalia just zip right
So
after.
Thalia.
So I'm gonna run right after him and hit him with my.
So like as I see him
stunning
about to like run after him, Reuven wants to catch up to him real quick.
You can't. He's faster than you are.
Oh, he's faster than me.
He's really fast.
He's a monk.
She,
okay.
Yell after him.
Thank you very much.
The men in this
Sorry.
group are so cocky.
Yell after her.
Okay.
Seriously.
Then I'm gonna yell after her to see if we can like track this thing because we're trying to find out where like the other ones are, right? So Reuven yells to Thalia, "We should follow him back to the herd."
Then I stop, and I'm not gonna engage. We're gonna follow him.
Sure.
Wait, why do you think there's a herd?
Because that's what
'Cause they were all
Hagrid
together.
said. Hagrid, the
Haggett.
Haggett. That's who we saw. Hagrid.
Well, it also sounds
Hagrid.
like they hunt.
Haggett.
They hunt together.
Yeah.
It sounds like they all like work together, and if they were all ambushed at one time, then like.
And worst case scenario, he'll just take us back to the lair. There's probably some sort of evidence there we could find.
And as he's running, the droplets of blood that are becoming ice will hit the snow, melt in, and then get shoved right back to the top as it reforms. There is a incredibly easy trail to follow whenever you want.
Reuven sees this. The blood hit. It turns into like a shard of some sort, and
like
gets shoved up.
like little pools of ice. Yeah.
He looks at it, and he just thinks, breadcrumbs.
Godsfall is written, produced, and edited by myself, Aram Vartian. If you want up-to-the-minute information about the podcast, you can follow me on Twitter at GodsfallDC. Special thanks to our good friends at BattleBards for giving us access to their incredible catalog of richly produced sounds. Be sure to check them out at battlebards.com. And a special thanks to all of our loyal Patreon supporters. Without you, this show could not continue. If you'd like to support Godsfall, get access to exclusive Patreon supporter content, and get episodes of Season 3 before they're released publicly, head over to patreon.com/Godsfall. That's all from us this week. We have original maps, art, character sheets, and more on our website at godsfall.com, as well as links to our Patreon account and official Godsfall t-shirts. So see you next time in the world of the Five Kingdoms.